once I do these videos, and once I let them load, at some point in the day I delete all my DCIM videos, and I have to be careful because they're starting to pile up. So I follow brother Benjamin Dixon. He was on Sam Cedar, and he was also on Roland Martin's show, and he was talking about a video I guess Como did years ago. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I don't really watch him because I'm a person. I kind of a niche person. I have to make myself try new things sometimes. He did one today talking about the shooting of Arbery, Armour Arbery, something like that. I can't pronounce the name. He was murdered in Brunswick County, Georgia, by 2 white men. I think one of them was a district attorney's investigator, basically a cop, and following up leads and stuff, putting the piece together, I thought that was more of a big city thing. I didn't know that even small towns had that. I thought that was more of a big city thing where the cops, they'll just get the evidence, but you got to do a little bit more finessing when you have those guys. It does appear as though they don't want to investigate. Even I've been hiding the evidence in February 3rd or something. Then they want to go after the people who leaked the video, so they care more about that than actually what happened. The 2 gentlemen that chased him down and shot him like a dog have not been charged. No charges have been filed. People are. He had people calling in on the show and putting in their opinion. Once again, as I say often, I'm an American. I don't feel like it in my heart. I don't have any American flags in my house. If I do, it's and that reliable shirt I had. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a patriotic American. I'm deeply embarrassed about what America does on a regular basis. When I meet foreigners, I apologize. I am deeply embarrassed by what America has become and what America is and what we're doing around the world. I'm deeply embarrassed, deeply. And that's Europeans, that's Africans, anybody that'll listen. Like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't support this shit, at all. And I think many of the people who are very, very pro-American don't really know what America does and don't care. Yeah, that's important. So, looking at the world from a European point of view, that's why I get on my news, RT News, and European sources. I think they look at these shootings of black men, these mass shootings, these church burnings they had in South Carolina. No, it was deeper, like Mississippi, and black churches burning down. And then it turned out it was a police officer's son. I can't make this stuff up. I think that for a long time after World War II, I think America had that waning influence of they say something and it would happen because people respected them for their involvement in the World War II, Lend-Lease for Russia and all that. They weren't fighting, and also I think the humanitarian work that America has done in certain spots, I think it meant a lot and it went a long way towards goodwill. But I think that time is over with. And I think that Trump represents the era of we don't give a fuck. We don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks, even Europeans, even other white countries. And I think that for so much of that time that we had that waning influence, I think people looked at America like, okay, we'll follow America because they're like the best, like the way I look at the federal government and how the way I look at them is they should have like the best policies, like the way I live my life off of science. I'm looking for the best way to do things. Same thing with the federal government, looking at policies that come from these bigger states that are successes, and they take it and they use it. That's what America was, I think, at a first. I can't give you the time, but I think that existed, and I just think that with these shootings, with Trump's racism, with sending militants, what do you call it, into Venezuela. I think all this represents a declining empire, and I say that because I just don't think 20 years ago you would have seen white men in a pandemic, running around with guns and rifles and ski masks and vests, trying to bust in the state capitol. I just feel like if this happened in the 90s, you wouldn't have had this. Also, I feel as though if you got all these people who are barely surviving before the pandemic started, we already had a crisis. It wasn't on this level. Maybe you didn't care, but it did exist. It was a real thing. And I just think that America's collapsing. I don't think anyone looks at America and says, I want to be like them. Maybe they want to use America's military power to do something, or maybe they have some agreements on, we both don't like Iran, but I don't think anybody really is looking at America and saying, yeah, that's the way you do it, Chuck. Yeah, like I don't think anyone. I think the only people who feel that way are white supremacists. I'm saying, look at America and are like, let's piss on Iran. That's white supremacists. That's people who don't really matter anyway, if you will. So I don't know. Anyway, peace out.